Alright, so this will start off our session 0 for Tome of Annihilation. So, here's the concept. I really want to make this a game where you as players have a lot more time to shine. I want to give you guys scenes and challenges that kind of play into your character's strengths or help you to develop your character along the way. Because you're starting at a level 3, you could end as high as level 11, probably more accurately level 10 by the time you guys make it to the final big. Does Wednesdays every other week work for everybody?
Yeah, for now.
Alright, so I'm looking at...
I showed you my schedule.
Yep, and then we'll...
It did get changed, but other than that, I'm good.
Alright, so we're looking at playing every other week till pretty much the first and the third Wednesday of the month. I'm looking at starting it as close to 6:30 as possible Pacific Standard Time and going till about 8:30. So at around 8:15, we're gonna be like trying to find our soft stop point, so that way we can end at a certain time, and then like take about a 10-15 minute break at the halfway point to kind of let everybody get up, stretch, do whatever. Does that sound good with everybody?
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk about...
sounds good.
So now let's talk about the tone of the adventure. I'm looking at trying to run kind of like a more serious tone. Think Lord of the Rings, something like that. PG-13 bordering on R. I don't want to stay around any of the crazy blood gore or anything else, but there will be like, I mean, it's Tome of Annihilation. There's going to be minor body horror, some like gross out stuff, some things in there. It's gonna deal heavily with death and stuff like that. Of course, we have our safety tools available to us. If you feel like something's getting too crazy, you can always be like, hey, let's fade to black, let's not do this. If there's anything specifically that you guys have that you're not feeling too keen about, you can message me offline or get a hold of me, and then we can discuss those things, so that way I can try to steer away from that stuff, or if it's unavoidable, at least tackle it in a different manner. Everybody's starting out at 3rd level. We're using D&D 2024 as closely as possible to the rules. So let's talk about our characters that we have. Who's really super hot to talk about their character, their concept for their character, where they'd like to see them go and stuff like that, how you'd like to play this? Because right now I'm looking at us being cooperative in kind of like a writer's room, and I want to give you guys, like, instead of rolling random scenarios and stuff like that and just throwing random things in your path, if you're like, I want to like run across a stampeding herd of dinosaurs, like I'll have a herd of dinosaurs as one of our encounters and stuff like that.
So for me, I think you read the backstory I gave you. As an infant, I was taken in by somebody, and learned the crafts of the druid, and just one day, she went to the plague or whatever was coming around the land, so she went out to investigate it, and she never returned. So my goal in this would be to try and find her and figure out what happened, basically. And I would think that whoever I come across would help aid in that, or provide some information.
So what I could do to set your character up to like bite on those plot hooks is like pieces of journals, somebody like having seen somebody matching the description of your old mentor and stuff like that.
Yeah, some clues that lead you somewhere, and um, yeah. So I just thought that'd be kind of cool.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to trying to work some of that stuff in. What about you, Damien?
I mean, I generally started with um, taking the the edgelord rogue, who's super full of edge, and just like completely turning it on its head, and doing quite the opposite. You know, what about what about a hero who doesn't have a tragic backstory, who actually just kind of likes his work? Um, I've been workshopping the accent a little bit for it.
Oh, nice.
Being, having parents who are foreign from Neverwinter but moved in. He's gonna sort of have like the Arabic like accent of his
Okay.
parents, mixed with a little bit of posh British of his Neverwinter upbringing.
Gotcha.
Um, and the kind of stuff that he wants to do, like I said, is it approaches it very like professionally, but also sort of like you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
Okay.
Kind of approach to it. I get the impression just by the themes to expect from this game, I'm going to run into a lot of what I want to do. Most of it is trying to find different ways to handle it. Like, somebody who approaches an adventure like this isn't trying to kill all the creatures. He's probably not even trying to kill all the baddie. There's an objective and he wants to accomplish it, get paid, get the work done.
Okay.
Um, with this character, I'm looking more for opportunities to, interact with NPCs, PCs, and sort of kind ways to do so. And like I said, I'd prefer the character to be a little bit well known, especially from other characters around the Sword Coast. Like I've been traveling around doing this for a while now.
Kind of like your reputation precedes you, and
Yeah.
you built up that notoriety of being somebody who's very honorable, and your word is kind of like your bond.
Yeah.
I,
Like,
I
word
was
is the bond, but also like I wouldn't even say like word is bond, but you can kind of trust me to do the job and be a straight shooter with you about it. Also, a sort of moderating influence with other characters.
I
Okay.
Hey,
like
you
that.
can put the sword down. We're done here.
Okay. Not every fight's got to
I
be a
was
fight to the
thinking
death type
about,
of thing.
are we gonna be a group that knows each other?
So I would like for you guys to already know each other by either reputation or having kind of a little bit of a shared past. And how much of that is kind of up to you. You guys could have been adventuring academy BFFs, uh, you know, or you
So
could
I
just
made
know.
I made my character as a wayfarer, and so I'm always walking on foot anyways. And I just figured if you were the way you were talking about your character, Damien, I feel like we might be traveling together or have traveled together in the past.
I was considering that too, like along the lines of I have probably at least worked with other characters in the group before.
It's kind of like if you're assembling a team, everybody knows a guy, and that guy just happens to be Hassan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
kind of feel like listening to what you guys were saying. I feel like my character would, like you said, kind of the journals, the hidden things that I'd find. Your characters' names would be written in this book. Find so and so or whatever.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh yeah.
What is your character?
who mine?
Ford? You
I'm
said you're a rogue, right?
no
Yeah,
druid.
I'm going with a rogue like thief style, but like don't think like ooh, I'm sneaking in the shadows and stabbing backs. I'm a very
Yeah.
utilitarian rogue. Like
Got you.
way more Indiana Jones, way less like, assassin cutthroat.
Gotcha.
Right. Somebody who's gonna find stuff and not
Yeah, I
just
can find
build
stuff, I can open locks, I can do stuff, but you're not going to catch me like picking pockets.
it. Right.
Yeah, I got you. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
So,
Like
but
I
a
actually
thief
was
with a
originally going to be a
conscience.
fighter, but I saw the composition of the group when I made them, and I'm like, oh, we need a rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Adam. We're talking about our concept for characters and how they fit together in the overall story approach. We're looking at people who either know each other or know each other by reputation. And Damien's character is kind of like the silent professional that everybody can count on. Ford is the nature loving person in search of his mentor that went missing. And
Well, I
then
wouldn't say silent. I'm going to talk a lot.
got it. And then Jay was getting ready to discuss kind of how he sees his character in this world and the type of stuff that he would like to interact with.
So I'm going the Goliath Paladin route, and so that way, uh, I wanna have a good conscience about everything as well. I don't want to have to kill everything. If I don't have to fight, I don't want to. Um, but that's also partially because I went the Dex route instead of the strength route. I'm trying to be like a finesse weapon uh, type where I have a whip and a rapier, as well as a shield. And
Did paladins get weapon mastery in this?
I believe so. Almost every martial
yeah,
class in the 2024 gets weapon mastery.
I've only played a fighter in this edition, so like, up until switching to a rogue, I was like, oh, this isn't exclusive.
Yeah.
They just get a lot more of it.
so this is what my look is right now. I'm just trying to do the right thing, basically. Travel around. I feel like I'd be well known because I have been traveling. So basically, like you were saying, reputation wise, I'd probably want to be hanging out with like-minded people as well.
All right. I see that you've got Oath of Vengeance as your subclass. Are you avenging anything? Like, what types of stuff in your backstory are you trying to come to grips with?
Yeah, I was going. I had something written up, but I lost it, and I apologize.
No, it's all right. This is what we're trying to do. Is like, I want to know. So you said that you're trying to do like the more finesse thing and stuff like that. So if I
Yeah,
put a lot of smaller creatures around you that you could kind of like hit multiple things in a turn, that might be something that you're looking for a way to kind of like show your character off.
yeah. I was also I think I was gonna go the Sentinel route, and with having this the whip as well and the Sentinel, I thought it would be really helpful because with the reach to get on the other side of people. Um, that yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to think of a good reason for me to want to steer towards the path of righteousness, because like a demon, you said you have no tragic backstory. Mine is just tragic. I had a demon that I witnessed rip through my entire family, um, and so like just take their souls to hell. And so, because I witnessed that, I vowed that I will have vengeance on whatever this demon's name is. I haven't figured a name out for him
So who is your Alfred Pennyworth? Who was
yet.
who helped make you the person that you are? Do you have that type of person?
Um, it'd be hilarious. I'll say Damien's character, like because the way he wants to lead his life, it just like with just walking around. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Not to interject too much, I think he's looking more for like an NPC style patron,
Yeah, no,
right?
I was joking.
No, I mean, I did to that point. I did kind of want to be, and it does seem like a linchpin to the group. Like, perhaps I did get the mission from Johan, and then the specific mentor slash patron I kind of wrote into my backstory, um, and kind of like gathered everyone like, you son of a bitch, I'm in style.
You'd love it.
Somebody who had like met the other characters at some previous point, like, hey, I have a job.
Yeah, because we're gonna get into it in a little bit. You guys, this like group patron and what they're giving you for this. Is there anything else, Jay? We
Uh,
still got 2 weeks, so we can flesh it out. Just getting that good idea of kind of like how I can the types of challenges that I can present to you, because it's a cooperative thing. So think about it like uh, I'm trying to set up times that you can feel like a badass and do the great things and be challenged and have to make tough decisions.
well, I like the idea of just this being the hey, come get me, stay away from them, uh, and just healing myself type situation. Like you said, having multiple people around me that'd be good.
So you're gonna want to like draw aggro, that you're gonna use your
Yeah,
size as a way to like intimidate and force people to try to get to you.
yeah. I think I
Wow.
put it in insight, not in instead of intimidating.
One of the things that I would definitely go for is the compel duel, if you can find it. That's a good one to be like you, me, taking it to the street. What about you, Adam? Did you think about anything for a character?
Well, it's funny you ask. I just claimed an elf bard. The reason being, this bard is all about the next song, the next glorious tale that she can conjure and spin, not only for the recognition, but also for the coin. Um, there's uh, long time ago, she was so embellished in the story that she was creating out of her imagination, none of it was true, that she got the tavern goers to buy her 40 rounds within 5 days. So she got the nickname 40 rounds. So she's all about finding that next story that she can go tell, and glory and coins is what's her inspiration. Sorry, short and sweet.
It's all good. So, what are some of the things that I could do that your character would really bite on to and take a hold of? Because I'm thinking like witnessing stuff that nobody's ever seen before. You guys are going to be in like very atypical situations that it would be beyond belief just starting out, but then put the embellishment on top of it, and it's just how could that even be true?
Well, anything legend or even um, hints of mythical elements are what she gravitates towards. Because especially legend and things that aren't seen per se are easy to tell grand tales about. Like, I was with this group of fighters and we saw a um, one-horned red giant that breathed, you know, it breathed ice or something crazy that, there might have been legend of it, but she would somehow spin that tale based off of what she saw within the party she's in. She's very creative. Their imagination can connect things to folklore and legends and myth and things like that. So
Okay.
any situation that, or any opportunity that the party would find themselves in the unknown, or the I keep going back to the word myths and things like that, she would jump at those chances.
Gotcha. So this adventure is a good one because you're basically in search of what the society has found out to be like the soulmonger. So anybody who dies or has died, basically their soul is being claimed by this thing over time. Which gets us to, you guys have a
That
group.
can tie into mine perfectly.
Yeah.
Taking it.
I'm just saying that literally ties into what mine is. So I feel like there's a bond right there.
All right. I like where this is going.
So you guys will have a group patron that you can count on to outfit you during this journey. I think the one that they suggest is Lelaine Silverhand. She's the quintessential hires you. But who would hire this group? Who would put this group together for you guys? I'm letting you kind of pick out who this person is that's assembled this team, who's going to give you the best fighting chance. This is the person who's going to pull
Minch.
strings for you. They're going to outfit you. They're going to give you money or items or something.
What was Damien's and Ford's characters? I'm sorry, I jumped in late. I didn't hear what they were.
I'm playing a druid.
What race?
Human.
I'm playing a sort of human rogue. And I know the subclass says thief, but not really a thief. More of a professional adventurer. Great upbringing. Loves his family. Had good parents. Lived a pretty good life. Getting ready to settle down. And so on that one last adventure to stack up the gold, if you will.
All right. Sorry, I should probably embellish a little more for me, but so my mentor went missing trying to figure out what was going on, but just that she went missing, and she never returned, so I'm on the task of trying to find out what happened.
So what would bring us, or who would bring us all together is the question. Like, who would outfit us?
So there's a whole bunch of people. So right now the death curse has basically affected the island of Cholt. But this is over a period of time. Like 48 hours this thing's been going on. So if you have died and have been resurrected, it basically takes 1 away from your hit point total until you reach 0, and then your soul goes into the soulmonger. So there's a whole bunch of old adventurers who have died and been brought back to life that want to make sure that this task is accomplished. So they've put together a bunch of different expeditions. You guys are one of said expeditions. The person who's going to basically assemble you and then pay for your stuff is going to be whomever you decide. Right now, the placeholder is the person that they have for the book, Silverhand, who's basically an old retired adventurer. So she's got gold, she's got some magical items, she's wondering the best way to outfit you so that way you will have the best chances of success while they're working on other ways to slow down or stop this death curse. So we can still go with Silverhand, or if you guys have something else. Like if you're like, you know what, we wanna Luxodon. And
Yeah, I'm the noob here, so I'll defer to those that have been doing this for a while.
What about Jahira?
Wouldn't it be kind of cool if it was one of your guys' old characters? Like
The one that got beheaded.
No.
oh yeah, that's kind of the way to look about it is how, if you want it to be one of your old characters, yeah, you just pretty much name one.
Turning Shoals with 2 Z's.
Did he get rich from his robot
He
fighting?
He got rich. Yep, he got super rich from it.
So right now, I'm thinking about so with your guys' equipment, you have your own personal supply, which is either choose your starting equipment or go with the gold total. And then I was looking at 500 to the quartermaster is like a slip of credit that you could go and like start buying other stuff before the first session. So this gives you the ability to say we can hire stuff, we can get better things. If we need canoes, we can get canoes, that type of stuff. Because we're also going to be looking at how you guys are gonna get to that location.
We use our feet, of course.
The quartermaster's money, that gold would just be for equipment, right? Not for actually hiring out another sword, sell sword.
If you guys wanted to hire out people, skilled adventurers cost 2 silver pieces a day. However,
Now, is that 500 a piece or 500 all total?
well, see, this is where it's getting into it. Right now, it's 500, but if we start finagling a little bit, a more fleshed out version of a patron, you guys might be like, well, we'll do it for 250, and then maybe we all get like uncommon magic items. Again, these people are dedicated to seeing you guys succeed, so they want to know what best way to outfit you.
Well,
I like that. You said 350 for an uncommon item.
There's in the actual book there are magical item prices and stuff like that, and I'll pound out some stuff for you as soon as we kind of figure out what's the type of stuff that you're looking for. But right now, my where we're starting at is Silverhand, and she's going to be giving you guys 500 gold. And that's for you guys to basically buy all your stuff in town and make your way. Because, like, we'll say there's 10 expeditions, you're one of the 10.
I mean, that's keeping it simple, just going with Silverhand instead of creating a new one. What are you gonna say?
Unless somebody's very passionate about using another character or name. I mean,
The only one I can think of is I did actually literally write into my backstory somebody who set me on this quest.
who was that?
Captain Johann Umber. Well, retired captain. Was
Would
a
that person have a
superior
lot?
I worked with at Neverwinter Guard.
I mean, as a captain, he would have a lot of resources and probably money, right?
I feel like Jahira would have like the druid grove behind her, and she'd really want to be stopping that as well. I'm just throwing that out there. And we do have a druid in our group. Right? That's what you said you are. Cool.
I'm good with either. I mean, I don't think we have to get stuck on it now, but yeah.
Yeah, so right now we'll just put a pin in it. We'll make it Silverhand. We'll make it 500 gold, which gets me to kind of like the party roles. I'm looking at 3 main roles. There's going to be a party leader, a navigator, and a quartermaster. Party leader pretty much just has the final say, and when I say, hey, somebody roll blank, they're the person whose roll counts. The navigator will do survival checks, and then also kind of like do the rolls for the encounters. And then the quartermaster, this is going to be, for the first little bit, it's going to basically be like Oregon Trail, where you will pick like how fast you're traveling, and then you'll be able to do the stuff associated with that. So if you're traveling at like a normal pace or a slow pace, you can try to scavenge while you're doing it at the cost of getting into squares. If you guys go fast, you'll be able to take from your own supplies, but you might run into some trouble because you're pushing through.
So I guess my thought and is I have really good survival skills. Maybe I'm the navigator. I think Damien, maybe your character would be more in tune to be more of a leader.
I was considering party leader or quartermaster.
Yeah. And then Jay, you had mentioned you know your feet. You've been traveling, so maybe
I'll just do the quartermaster stuff.
I don't know. That's just what came off the top of my head, but
But what is not Adam? Logan's also going to be here as well,
yeah,
right?
Logan's character.
And you guys can swap these roles around and stuff like that as you see fit if other people decide that they want to do that stuff. It's just those are the main people who are going to be doing the checks, unless it's like a role playing spotlight scenario or like a random encounter or something like that.
Yeah, I kind of like that because sometimes it gets kind of squirrely when you're like, all right, somebody roll me something, and then all of us roll. It's like, all right, which one?
Yeah.
So I like that.
All right, I'll be the party stripper.
Nice.
Hey, we're doing a serious.
So there's a couple things for survival. Travel pace and hex distances. I put up in. I'm on the window right now for the island of Cholt. So if you guys can jump
the map.
yeah, if you guys can jump
okay.
into maps, that'd be great.
Is that in the handouts?
I think I have it in the handouts as well.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
just
can
hold
get to it
that.
through your Beyond, Adam. if
Oh
you're-
wow, I see what you're talking about with hexes. Okay.
Yeah, so each one of those hexes is 10 miles.
Oh, okay.
So at a fast speed, you guys can hit 3 of them. A normal speed, you can do 2. And at slow speed, you can do 1. You're also looking at basically, if you roll above a certain amount, you can get into the next hex.
Where are we starting at?
So the place that you will start out at first is going to be Port Nyaranzaru.
Okay.
And if we get into the weeds on where...
Oh, way north.
I noticed right away.
Let me paint.
Yep. I did too.
So Port Nyaranzaru is where you're going to be at, and then also going along the rivers will get you 2 hexes per day. So this is the extent of like the known world in here. A lot of this stuff is isolated jungle. The best guess for where the lost city of Omu is going to be somewhere down along in here. There are ships that will travel along the coast, which is what we're getting at. If you guys are like, oh, instead of doing overland travel, we'd like to do travel by boat and stuff like that, let me know. I'm trying to get like the first 4 sessions kind of planned out in a way that you guys are looking at going.
I'm gonna be constantly suggesting more of a slow is smooth and smooth is fast approach.
That's how I like it. Especially with some of these roads.
So what?
Take it slow. Give our hunters a chance to hunt. Give
What
your
is-
feet a
Absolutely.
chance to rest until they need to move.
This is a silly question, but all this open space in the middle, is that desert land or is that just
That is unexplored. The majority of the inside of Chult is thick, dense jungle, and then you would know
okay?
this as a druid. There's dinosaurs, there's primitive species, there's these little amphibian dudes called grung. There's uh, goblins that stack on top of each other like totem poles and fight in weird fighting stances type of thing. Like
Cool.
it's crazy. There's even piranhas in the river, but for legal reasons they have to be called quippers. I don't know.
What?
But when you're looking at it, like the way that I've seen some people do it is they will go from Port Nyanzaru all the way to Camp Vengeance and then get the layout of kind of what's going on at Camp Vengeance before they
Yeah.
set out. Or Camp Righteousness is another one. So you guys can travel along the Shulson Star River to get where you need to go.
That's a good idea.
For a small fee, of course.
That's one of the things, though. That's why you're getting the 500. If you wanted to
Right.
travel by
Okay.
foot, you could do that.
Rent
You
a
guys
boat.
could, like, there's rules for renting dinosaurs as beast of burden and stuff like that. Like, if that's the type of stuff you're interested in, you could be like, I want one of those Spinosaurus's. Boom, done. It's just when you start moving and when the undead start coming around, because you see how, where is it? You see how this one right here is a denser color, and then this one here is a lighter putrid shade of green.
Yeah.
Because of the death curse, the dead things are walking around. So like the jungle's filled with death. So as a paladin, you're gonna be having a heyday, just destroying like legions of undead. And then you've got a certain amount of time until the death curse like fully takes effect. But the closer you get to it, also like 4 levels will be gained just by getting closer in travel. And then there's another couple of them for completing key events or doing awesome stuff in milestones. And then I was also looking at 1 level for you guys to kind of like have a personal goal for your character and then accomplish that personal goal. So, and I also don't want it to be like the end goal, like we defeat a Serac and destroy the Soulmonger. Then it's like you're level 10 and then the adventure's over and you hit level 11. So like think of something that's plausible for like a milestone level type of thing. You can also buy rain catchers, extra water skins, insect repellent. That's a big thing. You can decide on whether or not you want to hire a guide who can give you advantage on your navigator checks. And then different guides will do different things and they'll have different personalities and stuff like that. And then you've got to drink 2 gallons of water a day because it's hot and humid in the jungle. So you got to factor that stuff in as like the quartermaster, who's going to basically be tracking like the party rations and stuff like that. And then if you are wearing a heavy armor throughout the day, at the end of the day, you make if you don't have enough water, you make a constitution check, but with heavy armor, you make it a disadvantage.
Yeah, those were all in the Discord. I noticed. Went through and read through some of those rules.
Yeah.
Basically, with the quartermaster, we need somebody who, keeps notes. So that's going to be important. Speaking of keeping notes and milestones, I have had this thing for forever. It's actually embossed. It's very nice.
It does look nice.
It's a journal that I have not written anything in. So I
Why
figure
don't you
for
do
this game,
quartermaster then?
I will use my character will be keeping a journal as something just in case I don't make it through this. Can potentially be sent back to the betrothed, and I'll just be writing the character's journal in here.
Oh, nice. I'm digging
Would
it.
you like to be the quartermaster then?
Like I said, that was definitely one of the things I was considering. Was the quartermaster. I mean, with the party leader, we're just talking about making checks and deciding tie votes. With the making checks, we're looking at somebody probably skilled in the kind of checks we're going to be making. And I'm going to be honest, as far as like travel goes, I'm probably not going to be making a lot of those checks. Outside of perception, which is largely geared towards who we leave on watch, which I'll happily do. I'm very, very good at that. So yeah, I'm more than happy to be the quartermaster. I was already planning on, even kind of keeping the game honest, as it were, and keeping track of not mine, but also shots fired by everyone else.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it to a couple of the sessions anyway, so Marshall.
Make what?
So let's get into that. How do we want to handle absent players? Because I will run if 3 people show up. Anything less than that, I'm like, let's look at rescheduling, because that's more than half the people gone. Right now, if Logan was here, that'd be pretty much the entire party, which I think works good. 5 people for an online game, definitely. We're not jumping all over each other, and you guys got plenty of time to spread your wings and fly. How would you like to handle people that don't show up? You want people to play your character? You just want them to kind of go into the background? It's kind of like a default mode.
I like the background. Not even a default mode, like bringing up the rear in a way to where they're kind of not even involved in what's going on.
Okay, so they're
little blue ball,
rubber banded with the party, but
exactly.
They won't be used until the person shows up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good enough.
That way, we also don't have to put you in a position. Oh, sorry.
I might be able to show up like late into the game, though, later into the game, and then I could just be the rubber banded part.
Well, that works good then. All right. So if a player doesn't, I will start playing when we get 3 people, and then if somebody isn't able to make it, their character would just kind of be in the background pulling rear security or rear guard until they do make it, and then they will be right back with where the characters are at. We understand that that's just kind of the way it goes.
We can also make the person who's not there for that game, we can also make them the person that has to pay for everything.
If you like, this is the official door kicker for the entire Tomb of Annihilation. During this time, when we're playing and stuff like that, I am going to be trying to give you guys questions that will kind of spotlight stuff. This is like, what is one line you would never cross, no matter what? Why are you here? During travel montages, what do you do to keep your spirits up on long marches? So, like, I can drop this into the handouts and stuff like that, so that way you have them. But I'm going to be asking these questions, so that way you can kind of use that as an opportunity to kind of, if you would like to show off your role-playing skills or chops. I'm not asking for you guys to do that stuff, but it'll give you some time to have those things. And then also the people who have relationships with the divine, how do you want those relationships to play out? Do you want them to have a more active role? Are you looking to, like, Like Jay, with you being a oath of vengeance, are you looking to like pray to your god for strength to defeat this demon in combat type of thing? You know, do you want your god to take an active role in what's going on with you?
If possible, that'd be really cool. To like, because I feel like I'm struggling because I just want to. I just don't want to. I won't cross the line of killing innocents. That's where like I get like I draw the line. I will not kill any innocent.
All right.
And I just want to get vengeance no matter what. So I pray for guidance along the way, and basically straight yeah, and get the strength to kill or vanquish the demon
So,
and all evil that steps in my way.
and you don't have to have an answer for it, but who's like, just think about who your god is, stuff like that. Those are the types of, I put it in the Discord, the types of questions that I'll ask you, so that way it's not just like, all right, roll for travel montage, do your stuff. It's gonna be like, as you're going, I'm gonna be like, Adam, what superstition or ritual does your character follow while traveling? And I think I chose Adam, but he's not there. But and it's at this point that you're like, I always put a leaf in the stream to figure out which way the water's going, so that way I know that I'm not getting lost, type of thing. I just definitely want to give you guys a lot more time to get some role playing in, because I think with Rime of the Frostmaiden, I definitely missed out on a lot of those opportunities. And when I looked back on the thing, I was like, I felt like we could have done. I felt like I could have done a lot more with character development. So I'd like to try to showcase that a little bit more. Is there any questions that you guys have? So I am going to be looking at recording these, and then I'm going to edit them and then throw them up there. Once they are up there, I'm going to kind of put the link to it. If you could just do me a favor when the stuff gets up there, and that's just write 2 things: what you enjoyed about the session that you played in and what you're looking forward to next. That would be great, because I'm trying to use this as like a showcase that people enjoy these games. As weird as that sounds. Trying to.
Do you do the live thing anymore, or just record?
I don't. I'm just going with the recording, because there's a lot of stuff going on with the live. If something happened or somebody didn't show up, there's a lot of stuff going on that was pushing it back. And this way we can start a little bit late if we need to. Nobody's on a major rush to do anything. We don't have to worry about anything. So, and then having the videos is like a recall for session prep's good, because I listen to them while I clean, so that way I know what happened in the last session.
Yeah, I was going to say I handled most of the back end for the live, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's your escape.
I absolutely appreciated what you did for it, but yeah, it was
a lot.
Crazy.
It was a lot.
Yep. And then with not doing like background music and stuff like that, I was easily able to like chop it up without making it sound weird, and then I can add that stuff in with post. Oh, also, character portraits and stuff like that. If you guys want to go to Hero Forge or wherever you're looking at going and just kind of have a representation of what your person looks like, I would like to use assisted programs to help me kind of like design the thumbnails. Maybe if there's like a special situation where 2 characters are arguing about what to do next, I might put that up as a visual marker while you guys are role playing the scene out or something like that. That would
Yeah, I'm
be
not
good.
gonna lie, I just chose one of the images from D&D Beyond, but no, it's perfection. There's not much I can add to it.
That's perfectly fine.
Are you looking just for the token image, or are you on an actual character?
If you do an actual character, that would be great. I would be looking forward to that. If you just had like a simple little picture where you're like, this is what my person looks like, I'm gonna try to get it to where I can kind of mesh all the different styles together, and then like I said, if you guys are talking around a campfire about what's going on, I'm just gonna say like, these two characters talking around a campfire, this is what's going on in the scene. Boom, done. And then while you guys are doing it out, I can put that up over what you guys are saying. Or, you know, like this character is doing something, have them actually like going up, or you guys score a critical hit, or you do something crazy, you know. I could have that stuff. I don't know if you guys saw from the Rime of the Frost Maiden, the Gone killing the Boule. But I already kind of tried it out to see how well it would happen, and I was impressed with what was going on. But other than that, I think the next one's going to be on the 17th. The 17th at 6:30 Pacific time is when we'll play next. And if anybody has any questions or anything they want to talk about, they can hit me up, and I will more than happy to talk about anything else that's going on and kind of help out. But for all intents and purposes, if you guys could get your characters and your backstories kind of finalized by the 10th, which is next week, I can start working at everything, and then we'll take it to the chat to figure out which way you guys would like to go starting on your journey.
James, is that the trial of Melanea Justice I'm looking at?
Dude, yes, it is. It's so good.
So yeah, looking at pretty much getting an idea of what we want to do for session 1 and finish out our characters next Wednesday. We don't have to meet up for that one, just I'll be reaching out to everybody to make sure that they're good on their final stuff. And then the first session, when it pops up, we'll be kind of taking it from you guys are in the port, and then this is your day to get up, get ready, do stuff, and then kind of figure out what's going on. And like I said, I don't want to push this one like I did the last time. The last time I felt like it was too much of an agenda for getting from one location to the next. And this time I definitely want you guys to be there and figure some stuff out and kind of play off of each other. I know we normally do this to be hilarious, but Adam, do you have anything to add at the end, or do you have any questions?
What was the last 5 minutes?
So we are going to pretty much look at having our characters finalized with like a backstory and stuff like that next Wednesday. We don't have to meet up in person. I'm just going to ask for them so that way I can review them. And then yeah, you can put them in the Discord. And then on the 17th, which is our first session that we play, we're going to basically be taking it where you guys are together. You are at the port. You're meeting with your patron, and you're getting your whatever rewards that you need to get this adventure started, and then making your plan to go from there. And there's a whole bunch of stuff to see around the city. Like, you can even bet on dinosaur races. Like, I am prepared for you guys to do all the fun stuff that you guys want to do. We will and we'll take it from there.
You said the 17th is when we start?
Yeah, the 17th is going to be the first session, and then we'll be playing the first and third Wednesday of every single month until pretty much the third Wednesday in December, and then we'll break for the holiday season and then pick it back up in January.
Talking about holidays already. Wow.
It basically gives us 7 sessions to kind of play it out, and I figure that'll be a good amount of travel and some encounters and stuff like that. And then possibly after the thing, you guys will be delving into some tombs. There's going to be some stuff going on in the background as well, so I'm going to cue you in. Like, Ford, you might get some mental images of like what your mentor's doing and stuff like that. You might get some prophetic dreams, because I was thinking about that stuff and it's cool.
Jay, what your picture? I think you got a virus on your computer, man. Your picture's showing something weird on there. Yeah, it's flashing now. No, I'm good. I'm all done for it. I'll flesh it out and get it to you in Discord. Take a review.
Yeah, if you need anything or have any questions, I can always meet up with you to talk about that stuff.
Now we are using like we did before the D&D Beyond. We're not using the Shadow Dark one, correct?
No, we are using the Tome of Annihilation D&D Beyond. I believe that I texted you the campaign join link. If you need it again, I'll go ahead and send it to you.
I got it.
All right.
No, yeah, we should get it.
All right, good times. I'm looking forward to it. If nobody has anything else, that's it.
One side note, Ford, your birthday's coming up. What are you gonna do?